just to wake up in the morning to the quiet of the cold and hear Aunt Bessie talking to herself.
How are you? Good, Jar. How are you?
And to hear poor Uncle John mumbling wishes to old Nell. It made me feel like everything was fine. I was born down by the water, it's here I'm gonna stay. I've searched for all the reasons why I should go away.
Thanks, Michelle.
Now, without any further ado, I think we've given them enough time to have a little bit of a rest and catch their breath. So please hold your applause until I've introduced all four of them. But we'd like to welcome now to the microphone the typically Canadian group, Kyle Braatz, Steve Coleman, Alex Gray, and Andrew Hopkins.
Thank you very much. At this time, I'd also like to call a huge member of our team as well, Captain of London Fire Department, Kyle Braatz, to stand with us down here as well. Before we start, I just want to thank the Honourable John Crosby and his wife for being here, the Honourable Jerome Kennedy, Mayor Dennis O'Keefe, fire departments across Newfoundland, Stephenville, Little Rapids, Grand Falls, Windsor, where we have Chief Vince McKenzie with us, Gander, Clarenville, Harbour Grace, and the St. John's Regional Fire Department for all their support. Captain Chuck Nurse, President of the St. John's Firefighters Association, for all his help. Firefighter Paul Horvath, who was instrumental in making a large contribution through the fire department to Daffodil Place. The staff of the Confederation Building for all their support. The Spirit of Newfoundland for the night, as well as that amazing song that means so much to me and my family. Renalda Hutton McDonald, who is going to sing an absolutely beautiful song, and she's an amazing woman, and we're so happy that she could do that for us. Steel Communications for all your support. MC Tony Angelo, the Daffodil Place for everything you've done. Our hospitality at the Humber Valley Resort and from Marine Atlantic, as well as J&B J&B Hand Wholesalers who helped us with food across the province. Thank you so much to. Well, that's Steel Communications. My dad's always in my ear telling me what to do, so. Anyways, if I forgot anyone, I just want to thank, lastly, our families. And without the support of our families, this trip wouldn't be possible. And really, all of our families together, they're the unsung heroes of this trip, and we truly appreciate the support. And when you woke up this morning and went and grabbed your morning coffee, you may have been served by a hero in what we call a typical Canadian. And we know right here in Newfoundland and specifically the St. John's Regional Fire Department, there's heroes in what we call typical Canadians. And next year when Daffodil Place opens, the people who use Daffodil Place are heroes in what we call typical Canadians. And we say a typical Canadian is not defined by age, culture, background, or interests. A typical Canadian is defined by courage, willpower, determination when faced with adversity such as cancer. And that's why we started this organization. We started the Typically Canadian group to honor people who exemplify those attributes. And these people, they may not have the national or even local prominence, but they make a difference in the lives of people close to them. They inspire people close to them. They inspire them by the way they live their life. They inspire them by the way they battle cancer. As I said, we believe that to honor these people, we can inspire others to get involved. So as you know, we cycled across Canada, 72 stops, 8,200 kilometers. But we didn't do it to inspire people through the ride. Many people have cycled across Canada. It's a personal accomplishment that we're proud of. But as Steve said, it's nothing compared to battling cancer. And with the help of firefighters across Canada, people such as yourselves, and communities, and typical Canadians across the country, we've made a real difference in the fight against cancer. We've raised over $100,000 for the Canadian Cancer Society. Now, as you heard their stories, and if you read the website, there's some pretty impressive, inspiring stories that really, I think, inspire people to get involved in the fight. For me, as many of you have heard, it was my granddad. And I love my granddad because he's my granddad. You have to love your granddad. But when he was diagnosed with cancer, I ended up spending almost every weekend with him for about 1.5 years. And that's when my granddad became my best friend. And I learned how much we had in common with hunting and fishing. And my granddad was the best storyteller you've ever heard. And when he told his stories, he would really take you on his adventures with him. My granddad sadly passed in 2005. And when he did, it was obviously a very tough time for me and my whole family. But I looked at the life that he'd lived, and I looked at the man that he was. I looked at how much he'd given back to his community and to his family. And I wanted to do something to honor his life. And I spoke with my 3 best friends, and as you heard, they all had people in their lives that they wanted to honor, people that inspired them. And we thought to ourselves, if these people can inspire us so much to want to get involved and do this, then there has to be thousands, even millions of typical Canadians across this country who inspire people close to them every single day. And by honoring their lives, we can inspire others to get involved in the fight. When we were deciding if we were going to do the ride, Alex and I were on my dock and at Chaffee's Lock, and I found a pin. I thought I lost it. And it's a pin from St. Andrew's College. And this is a school that my granddad had attended. And no one knows where this pin had come from. I spoke with my whole family, and no one had ever seen it before. The thing was, we did know where it was from. It was a sign from my granddad that he wanted me to take him on one last adventure, as he had taken me so many times through his stories. And I guess that's kind of where we got the slogan, "Who are you riding with?" I rode and I continue to ride with my granddad, Frank Duff Moores, my best friend, and a typical Canadian. But as I said, much more than that, what motivates and fuels this tour are the everyday people. The person who served us the coffee in the morning. The firefighters of Canada who do such an amazing job and are faced with cancer in the workplace more than most professions. It's those people who will be using Daffodil Place when it's built. And that's what motivated and fueled the tour and will continue to motivate and fuel typically Canadian till we reach our final goal of $720,000. So the typically Canadian group, we rode and continue to ride with the memories of loved ones lost, the courage and willpower of survivors, the determination of all typical Canadians, and we rode with John Wagenthal, Gary Harris, and all the fire departments and communities, typical Canadians across this country. Thank you.
I remind you once again, if you haven't had a chance, please come over and sign the banner for the guys there, sign your name. And at this point, I'd like to invite you to a meet and greet reception in the lobby of Confederation Building. Thank you once again. And again, congratulations to the Typically Canadian Tribute Tour on a fantastic job.
Some go to where the buildings reach to meet the clouds, where warm and gentle people turn to swarm and faceless crowds. So I do without their riches, glamour and the noise, and I'll stay and take my chances with those saltwater joys.